What just happened on that crimson-lit carpet? Was it rivalry, admiration, or a perfectly staged collision between two worlds, cinema and fashion, set ablaze by one unexpected gesture? Moments before the lights dimmed inside the Metropolitan Pavilion, Dakota Johnson's smile faltered for the briefest second, and every lens caught it. Across the carpet, Anna Wintour, unflappable in her trademark bob and sunglasses, was extending a bouquet so lavish that it seemed almost unreal. White orchids, silver-dusted roses, and deep violet peonies bound with a ribbon embroidered only with one name. Tae. Viewers gasped. Photographers shouted questions. And for a heartbeat, the noise of celebrity felt like silence waiting to explode. "Why him?" a journalist whispered beside me. "Why now?" No one had an answer, only the image. Dakota's eyes, sharp with disbelief, and Tae standing there, startled yet graceful, accepting the flowers that gleamed like a crown under the camera flashes. Social media didn't wait for confirmation. Within minutes, #AnnaAntae trended in 27 countries, while Dakota Johnson Challenge became the phrase that launched 1,000 think pieces. But behind the headlines lay something stranger, an energy you could feel, a shift in the unspoken hierarchy of fame. Was this a statement from Anna Wintour herself, the queen of every guest list? Or a coded invitation, a silent proclamation that the next fashion icon no longer comes from runways, but from the world stage of global music and youth culture? Tae, known for blending elegance with sincerity, stood at the center of it all like a calm storm. His black suit, tailored to perfection, reflected the light with a subtle sheen that no designer could replicate, because it wasn't just fabric. It was presence. And maybe that was what unsettled Dakota, who had moments earlier been crowned one of the evening's cinematic muses. When the flashes finally died down, she laughed it off, waving to the cameras, but her voice, picked up by one nearby mic, was faint. Well, that's one way to steal a spotlight. Was it a joke or an admission? The crowd couldn't tell, but the internet heard challenge in every syllable. Inside the venue, whispers multiplied faster than champagne bubbles. Some guests speculated that Anna's gesture was a tribute, her way of honoring Tae's cross-cultural influence. Others believed it was strategic, a nod to the shifting tides of style power. But a few, leaning closer to gossip than analysis, murmured that Dakota's expression told a different story, the unease of a star suddenly finding herself in someone else's orbit. The night carried on, but the conversation never moved past that carpet. Every news outlet replayed the footage from 10 angles. Analysts paused frames, dissecting Dakota's micro-expressions as though decoding a thriller. Her hand clenched. One viral tweet observed, "That's not nerves, it's reaction." Another insisted she was merely cold under the air conditioning, and yet the intrigue wouldn't die. Even hours later, as the gala's after-party glittered with laughter and lights, the question hung in the air. Did Dakota Johnson feel overshadowed or inspired? Tae himself remained silent, posting nothing, saying nothing, leaving fans to craft their own theories. But silence, when wrapped in mystery, can echo louder than any statement. Meanwhile, Anna Wintour, untouched by speculation, left the venue precisely at midnight, the minute hand slicing the hour like punctuation. Her team confirmed nothing, denied nothing. One assistant, cornered by a persistent blogger, simply said, "Anna respects talent that redefines elegance." Was that an answer? Or a new riddle? By dawn, international networks had already titled their segments, "The Flower Gesture Heard Around the World." Some celebrated it as a cultural handshake, others called it a silent challenge, a generational baton passing from Hollywood classicism to the avant-garde charisma of modern artistry. Yet the most gripping reaction came from fans themselves. Comment sections filled with emotion. Tae didn't even need to speak. His calm said everything. Dakota looked like she'd just seen the new era arrive. Anna's flowers weren't a gift. They were a coronation. Was it admiration or tension that electrified that moment? Perhaps both. Because in the world of fame, beauty, and ambition, admiration often hides the seed of rivalry, and rivalry, when touched by grace, becomes art. And now, as you read this, one question refuses to fade. Was Dakota's unease the birth of competition, or the realization that the world she ruled had already changed? Tell us what you think. Was this an act of empowerment or a provocation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tap the like button if you caught the moment live, and subscribe so you won't miss what happens next. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that every gesture on the red carpet is never just about flowers. It's about power. The crowd outside the Grand Astor Hotel had never seen anything like it. People weren't just waiting to photograph gowns or capture glittering smiles. They were waiting to see what would happen next between Dakota Johnson and Taemin. The story of the flowers had already gone global by breakfast, and by evening the whole boulevard was trembling with light. Reporters held microphones like weapons. Fans clutched handmade banners that read "Let Him Bloom" and "Team Dahlia Forever." Inside, Agnes Winters moved like a queen who owned every reflection in every mirror. When she entered the marble lobby, the press line fell silent. Her arrival was the unspoken cue that the show could begin. She said nothing, only nodded toward an assistant carrying another bouquet, smaller than yesterday's but tied with the same silver ribbon. The speculation grew louder. Was this a peace offering or round two of an invisible duel? Dahlia appeared minutes later, wrapped in gold silk that shimmered like bottled sunlight. Her smile was perfect, her confidence rehearsed, but her eyes darted toward Taemin almost immediately. He stood by the staircase, all in black, calm as if the world weren't losing its breath over him. The camera flashes merged into a single pulse of white. "Do you think she'll say something?" a producer whispered beside me. "No," I said. "She'll make the silence speak for her." And she did. Dahlia walked straight past Taemin, the train of her gown whispering across the marble, and greeted Agnes Winters with a kiss on each cheek. The cameras loved it. Two icons, two eras, one uneasy truce. But just as the flashes softened, Agnes handed the bouquet to Dahlia. The crowd gasped. A twist. The flowers weren't for Taemin this time, or were they? Dahlia looked down and found a tiny card pinned between the petals. 3 words, written in calligraphy so sharp it almost glittered. "Give these to him." She froze. The photographers caught everything. The hesitation, the laugh that never fully formed. Agnes turned toward Taemin, expression unreadable behind her sunglasses. For a moment, it looked like a staged performance, but the tremor in Dahlia's hand was real. Was Agnes testing her? Challenging both of them to acknowledge what everyone was whispering, Taemin took a step forward. The crowd erupted. He didn't reach for the bouquet. He reached for Dahlia's hand, steadying it so the trembling stopped. "It's just flowers," he said softly, voice low enough for only a few of us to hear. "Don't let them turn it into war." But the war had already begun, by midnight. The footage was everywhere. Analysts debated every second. Some swore Agnes Winters was passing the crown to a new generation. Others insisted she was pitting 2 stars against each other to feed the headlines that kept her magazines alive. Hashtags collided, alliances